But guys, how are you doing? Let's do another pick a card. Today's going to be what do they wish they never did. What happened there? Okay, that could be triggering, okay? But that could be also enlightening. You know what I mean? You choose the word you want and then, my God. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pile number 1, what do they wish they never did? Queen of Cups. 10 of Swords. 4 of Cups. Wow. So there's a lot of cups, but enormous amount of sword here. Well, where do I start? What they wish they never did, that is maybe falling in love with you. They were that love at first sight over here, but also what they wish they never did is maybe just being there, forget about that one, lingering here. Oh, I feel down, I look down, I'm bruised, I'm blue, oh my God. The time and energy they spend over there, they avoid to, or they can't, can I speak English? They couldn't see what was going on up here. So what they wish they never did was to marinate in this, marinating in despair, down, deflated, blue, bruised. And they had good reason for it, because they were, going through a 10 of swords, or they did go through a 10 of swords in their life, fair enough. That is terrible. And that is an enormous amount of pain, a sense of betrayal that is beyond belief. But again, we cannot afford to marinate in this. This is unbearable, because normally after the 10 of swords, you have the S of sword, a sense of new beginning with clarity. But they were still lingering in this. And that was more or less the excuse to stay here when there was love with you in front of them. So what they wish you never did is marinating. For a few of you, might be your person, I wish I never fell in love with you, because I was love at first sight as well. So that's fair enough. But I think the majority is more about, I wish I didn't, stay there when I had an offer of love. I had love in front of me, and I don't know, I couldn't see it. I couldn't even, I would say, accept a wish or even dream of being in love. I didn't dare believe in this. So I stayed there. Oof. In the meantime, you cover your heart, because, you're trying to offer a cup of love here, but that person refused it. So you kept it for yourself. Maybe you learning to love yourself first. And then you stand by. You're not waiting, but you just let things unfold. You can't do anything. You can't, as I said to you many times lately, you can't open the heart of someone. You can't. You have to manage your own heart, and that's more than enough. But you cannot influence someone to open their heart just because you want them to open their heart. So let's have more information, but that is wow. So they're living very much in the past. Very much so. I want to be more than friends. Yes, but they have to heal, because at the end of the day, there is cups. They have cups for them and they have cups for you. So we are in a situation of love or friendship or partnership in work, but there is a positive feeling about it. But if they're stuck in the past and not healing the past, you can't do anything. The thing is, they're still on that 10 of swords. We don't have the Ace of swords just yet. They have to heal. And maybe at the moment, there's no communication, because that time has to be for both of you to heal something. Because you also maybe have some residue of heartache, of course. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Yes, look at this design. Trust. Trust the process. Trust that this happened for a good reason. They fell in love with you, and they have to trust that feeling. Because when you're being burned like this, you might not trust your judgment anymore. You might not trust your heart. You might not trust anything or anybody. But you can't live like that. They're going to have to trust their own little voice telling them you are, in love with someone. Yeah, and you know that. And you have to also trust. Because when you cover your heart, you just on standby somehow, and you're watching what's going to happen. You watch the show. You have to trust that everything will be all right. You have no guarantee neither. But you want to trust because you have that feeling of love too. You both fall in love or fell in love with each other. Can I speak? I'm not sure. We're only Wednesday. I don't know. I love your sense of humor. Where you go. Yeah, but that's important. Because when you were together, it was just joy. Because there's a lot of cups everywhere here. There's so much cups. So there's love, they trust. There is a, peace when you're together, and therefore you can have a giggle for anything and everything, and sometimes you don't even know why you're giggling. It's just natural, completely organic, beautiful. Ay, caramba. Right. Okay, so pile number 2, what do they wish they never did? The Star, the Nine of Cups, the Fool. Well, it's pretty straightforward. We have 2 major arcana here, but someone obviously wish that they were not that foolish, as simple as that. Or also what they wish they never did is to hesitate for so long, to take that leap of faith. I'm not saying jumping from a cliff, but taking that leap of faith. Because we have the Sun here. There was a sense of inner child as well. And connecting with you was like, oh my God, it's so obvious, it just makes sense. But they were maybe resisting that. But now they realize, what an idiot. I just should have opened my heart. But at the same time, how can they open the heart just on command? It doesn't work like that. And also because you represent the star. So you have a lot of luminosity. You have to balance your own emotion on your own. Most of the time and most of your life, you had to spend it alone. Maybe you grew up feeling very alone because that light was not really helping you, because I was making a lot of enemy. People was envious of you. People wanted a piece of you. People were intimidated by you. All of the above. And so that was a lonely place for you. So being a star, great or wonderful, yoo-hoo, thank you. But is a lot of problem coming with it. But for that person, they were intimidated, and they felt or still feel that they're not good enough for you. You want them to take that leap of faith, but you cannot force them, because you know as well that when they're going to be with you, how are they going to cope with so much light here? How are they going to handle this? Maybe we said that yesterday. Maybe they want just a peaceful life. They don't want someone who's just out there, But you have a wish granted. 9 of Cups, and then we have a 10 of Cups, happy ever after on a romantic level. So what they wish they never did was maybe to meet a star, fall in love with a star, not being able to deal with a star, and kind of like, oh my God, this is ridiculous, it's never going to work, and yet again you will. Because you have a wish granted. You love each other. So you happen to be maybe more visible than them. So what? They don't have to be visible if they don't want to be. They can just stay very tranquil, having a very peaceful life, but they can also be with you. They don't have to choose. You can be a little bit here, a little bit there. That's okay, right? I hope that you can forgive me one day. Yeah, because maybe, yes, they have been foolish, but you understand why. You understand that maybe many times in your life, people have been a bit foolish around you because they don't know how to handle you. So that doesn't bother you so much. You kind of know, oh, here we go again. Yeah, okay, I had a bit of that effect on people. People sometimes they don't really know how to handle me, or they prejudge me, as we often do. It's okay. But for them, yeah, there's a lot to take in. Yes, I know, but that's okay. So you reassuring them, self-esteem. I possess gift of the soul that benefit me and others. They have to work on their self-esteem, because they feel foolish because they don't feel good enough. They feel foolish because you represent something so magnificent. They don't really know what they bring to the table. Where they bring to the table companionship, and that would be lovely for you because it's been a lonely place for you, a lonely life. So you would just want companionship. You don't ask for the money. You don't ask for anything. You just want companionship. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. And for them, that would be a wish granted for them as well, because that's what they want. So everyone is happy. Yeah, where's the problem? No problem. I want to make new memories with you, of course. And they will, because they're going to take that leap of faith. At the end, they will. So yes, they may have been a bit foolish, but you can read in between the lines. It's not because they're dodgy. It's simply they were like, Holy Mother God, this is intense, of course. But what you know is you have that effect on people. You do. So that doesn't shock you. That's why all is well. So all will come nicely together, because at the end of the day, you have a wish granted. Beautiful. On this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.